All the disrespect before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a beautiful HT of buttons that need to be checked. Maybe I'm just being optimistic, but what's going on FGC social media right now is a fucking fire, right? Things seem like they are burning to the ground, but I like to believe there's light at the end of the tunnel. But before we got to get to that light, we got to get through this darkness. So let's go ahead and check these buttons. Chapters down below if you want to skip around. Sub button right there. So close to 70K. We's about to check this. Without further ado, let's go. All right, now into the first set of Tekken 8 Season 2, seemingly burning to the damn ground buttons that need to be checked. Look, chapters down below, because we're going to split this up into like 2 or 3 different parts. We're going to start off with the big content creators in the Tekken scene and what they're talking about. Some of them posted video clips like yesterday, even as early as this morning, and they're still posting. So I'm going to put the links down below to all their content. Definitely check out their full video because they go into great detail. I'm just going to show you some of the highlights, big disappointments and whatnot that they're talking about. This is so fucking hot, y'all, on FGC social media. Like, this whole Tekken thing is fucking insane. Overnight, right? It went from like Tekken could do no wrong, the community, the game, the blessing, the savior, at times, I'm not talking about overall, right? And then 8 came out, kind of on the fence, but people, it seemed to get a pass, and then they had hopes that it would just get better. Now, after the recent Tekken talk, in the updates and yada yada, people are like, it's time to jump ship. Like, literally, I have never seen it get this bad in this community. Like I said, links down below. We're about to cover start with the content creators. I'll talk more in depth about the point of view that they're coming from at the end of this. Let's go.
The Tekken team, deaf, dumb, blind, or all 3 combined at the same time. This was one of the most shambolic and outright disgusting displays of Tekken that I've ever seen in my life. And I can't believe I'm even using that language to describe a video game. But I was sitting there thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? And before anyone says, oh, you're complaining too much before you've even played the game, they sat on a presentation for 2.5 hours and put media out for us to consume. I can only comment on what I've seen. Now, I'd be very happy to eat my words if we get the game and we're completely wrong. And what they showed us is a very small portion of the changes, because they did say there's over 1,000 changes. My concern is with the game being playable, and cheaters are running the show right now. Cheaters have the Tekken team by the short and curlies. Now, I don't need them to tell me what they are doing with the cheating. I just need them to tell me that they're actually paying attention to it and something is happening. I don't need to know what the intricacies that go into it. If they want to share that information, fantastic, but they don't need to tell us. A simple acknowledgement would have been nice, but there was zero. And Tekken has the biggest cheating problem that I've ever seen on any fighting game, and it's not even close. And Michael Murray had the gall and the nerve to turn around and go, I don't know why everyone's overreacting, it's only in Heat. Michael Murray, you spend most of the time in Heat in this game. How many times have people told you that if you want to push Heat in this game, fine, but can you do it once per round? Can it be a system where you pop it, you get a benefit from it, and you move on to playing some actual Tekken? No, that's not what happens. You have Heat every round. So every round we have to deal with this bullshit. A low that does how much damage? Like, what the hell is that? And you're telling people not to overreact. The problem here is that the people you're telling to not overreact understand the game better than you do. No offense, I know that you work on the game, but there's been multiple times where you said things that are deeply out of touch. And
key charge no longer counter hits. If you're unfamiliar with what this is, you press Alt. Could be a counter hit launching low, then the damage will really hurt. But in general, this is a very disappointing change to me. It is a removal of Tekken's creativity and flavor, and that is extremely disappointing to me. Along those lines, they have also made a new change that's supposed to be beginner friendly. If you launch someone off axis, the combo will begin to auto correct so that you don't have to learn a separate off-axis combo. They demonstrate this with June, showing that if they do a sidestep right into this down forward 2 combo, the combo that she does head on is still stable. They clarified in this example that there is a certain point where if you're too sidestepped way far off to the side, then it would not autocorrect. But for the majority of quick sidestep cases, they wanted to give you the rewarding feeling of sidestepping a move and getting your punish. Somebody in chat said, respectfully, off-axis combos are annoying. Yes, but I think Tekken is cool because of its depth. I don't think it is a unreasonable ask to have somebody be able to do an off-axis combo. It is definitely a skill check, but it's not the end of the world if you ask me. UI, so you can see that it says counter on the right here. And I think one really good change, I lied. There's one more thing that I think I'm positive about. The counter hit seems to show up very late, meaning you're not going to be able to gain a competitive advantage being able to counter hit confirm better because the notification shows up a little later than the counter hit window. So I think that is a good change. If you saw my previous video talking about why I don't think it should be added to Tekken, I think the implementation here is pretty good. It seems pretty out of the way. It's up high near the health bars. In general, I feel pretty good about this implementation. But that low is really annoying. I will say it looks good that you can step it to the right here. Asuka does a little sidestep way in advance, and this completely misses. So I am a fan that they seem to be doing what they said about sidesteps being better. However, giving Reina an evasive low feels like we're patching up one of her biggest weaknesses, which was intentional because her strengths are egregiously strong, right? The idea of a Tekken character having well-defined strengths and clear weaknesses is one of my favorite parts of Tekken, and I'm disappointed to see that it appears that they're patching that out. Again, we need to actually get our hands on the patch before we draw conclusions, but I am not excited.
But yeah, Anna to me looks very 50-50. It looks like she deals a lot of chip damage. Again, things I don't necessarily like. You know, Evo FGC dropped a video, I think it was a day before the Tekken talk, and they obviously spoke about
Yep.
they're trying to focus on the defensive side of things for season 2, and I feel like we didn't see any of that in the Tekken talk. Now this could be a problem of, you know, they didn't present the Tekken talk well. They probably just wanted to show the major changes, which I understand. Of course, it's a presentation, they have limited time, they need to translate and whatnot for all the different audiences. But again, I feel like from the changes we saw and the changes they presented to us, like, I think it's hard not to be concerned, you know, because it's scary from some of the situations we saw. You know, 50-50 just seems more enhanced. There's some moves that seem even more crazier. You know, a lot of situations now where certain moves go into stance, and it's just like more 50-50, and it's not something I like necessarily. It's not something I agree with.
And some players really use key charge as a thing that they do, you know, and it kind of gave them individuality, but they've kind of taken it away now, and I'm not sure why, because again, key charge wasn't something that anyone really had an issue with. I think that even with Hwoarang, as strong as down back 4 what it is, given the flappy kicks on counter hit guaranteed, people had more issue with the down back 4 than the actual key charge itself, right? So they've changed key charge, but I'm interested to see how that is going to play into I'm interested to see how that's going to play into the game when we finally get our hands on season 2. So let's have a look at this tweet from Rip, and it's not just Rip that's saying this, but a lot of people are. He said, key charge no longer giving counter hit is the worst change since removing jump over wall tech catches in Tekken 7. They took something that was situationally character specific and nerfed the entire game of it, the entire game because of it again. So, you know, again, Rip was one of those guys who really loved to do like kind of jump over wall Oki, and he was the kind of person who would use key charge as well because he was very creative. And now that kind of, I guess, creativity and individuality in your gameplay has been taken away, because again, key charge doesn't really do anything anymore. It's not worth ever doing unless you're taunting your opponent now. That you see just how strong this move can be. Check it out. Bro, look at the damage. 64 damage on counter.
Look at that.
That is combo damage, guys, from a low slide. Bro, that is so much damage, man. And I don't know if it's going to be that punishable either. If we actually have a look on block, check it out, guys. Check this out. Running for bam, bam, bam. It's -1, and it has so much pushback. It's a move that, honestly, it does chip damage as well. It's so strong. It's just so strong.
Right here.
And it does special tactics. It gives you plus frames at the wall. Running 4, bam, bam, bam. I wonder if it is punishable if you block the low, like if you can interrupt the rocket launchers, the shots. But either way, yeah, I mean, that is again something that people were talking about when it comes to Ana, that these moves are just so OP. But we'll have to wait and see. I think we can't over exaggerate. We can't get too angry straight away. So another thing that's quite interesting with Ana is that she has the ability to apply a buff on you. Now, if you look at this move here, 2-2-2. Once she hits you with the lovely Tom, the rocket launcher. So 2-2-2, and once you do this move, you can see that there's a purple aura around Nina, around her picture on the top right, as well as her body as well. It's a debuff, which is completely new in Tekken as well, by the way. I don't think there's been any character that can apply a debuff to you, right? And so they're going to show now when they put Nina on block that every move that Ana does, even jabs, will do chip damage. And people are upset about that as well, because they were saying, hang on a minute, weren't we supposed to nerf chip damage in Tekken 8? And I think that I'm not too mad about it, because again, I feel like that there should be some characters that can still utilize chip damage. It shouldn't be like an overall thing, but I think some characters should be able to like abuse chip damage more than others. I still think that Kuma deserves to have chip damage more than other characters, because that should be his thing, but he also shouldn't be shitting out the amount of damage that he is, right? So it is interesting. I'm not too mad about it, but they might show it here. So look, jabs, even the jabs here are doing chip damage when in this heat state and in this debuff state. The only way to get rid of this debuff state is for Nina to attack Ana, right? So once Nina has attacked, then the debuff will go away. So it's not like it's going to be something that stays there for a long time, for a whole round or something. So I'm not too mad about that one. But either way, guys, that is a little rundown on some of the changes that they showed on the Tekken Talk when it comes to system changes, as well as character specific changes that got people talking, that's got people very worried. But either way, there are 1,500 changes that are going to come to these characters in Tekken, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. You know, a lot of people are worried, but are reserving judgments, you know.
There you have it, y'all. They're talking about like 1,500 changes, some shit like that. That's what I was hearing, like from the commentators, right? Or from the content creators. They were like 1,500 new moves or changes coming for season 2. That's why people are like panicking right now. We're about to get to that FGC side on social media, but y'all, this right here. Oh, and what I wanted to clarify real quick is a lot of these individual clips that you saw, they're obviously longer than what I showed you guys. They do point out some stuff that they like. Most of them do say we have to wait. We have to wait till we get the patch notes because we don't want to overreact, right? But what they all have in common, everybody, is like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. We technically have to wait, but shit, what we're picking up right now is like, what the fuck is happening to Tekken 8? All right, and from there, we jump on to that FGC Twitter, or X, where we have the Tekken community and just FGC period going through some shit, right? In this state of what the fuck is really happening with our game that we loved all these years more than ever. Well, at least as long as I can remember. I haven't seen a state of panic like this in the Tekken community in quite some time, or if ever, right? So we're gonna go through people kind of with their doubts and their concerns. At the end of that, we'll go to some looking at it from a different point of view, even Harada kind of weighing in. Let's go. Right here with this meme, y'all probably seen already, saying you guys right now, carrying the Tekken 8 casket, season 2. You got Michael Murray in the back right there. And on top it says veteran Tekken community. Damn, y'all get it. Pretty much along those lines. But continuing with Emery saying, damn, bro, how the fuck did these people kill a game that can literally do no wrong? Even Tom Brady's like, in a fighting game, developers have years, or been doing it for years, everything they can to reduce the gap between new players and existing players on the same game. This has been one of the worst decisions ever in fighting games. It continues with Speed Kick saying, still cannot have a judgment until I see the changes. But what they have shown so far was not good. It was all, hey, check out this new stance, 50-50. Oh, look at this, remove combo skill. And last but not least, homing plus chip. And then Harada. Harada actually put this long ass post saying, since the topic about key change or key charge and other system updates came up, I'll make a comment. Y'all, he put a whole a Bible. Like he put an autobiography. He put so much, and we can't really go through all that, but this is the main part that stuck out at the bottom. He said, compared to the past where arcade versions were updated repeatedly before a console release, the current situation where the game is released worldwide simultaneously on console is completely different. I know there are many options and above all opinions to reach out much faster in the past. Than the past, but I mean people already sharing opinions about a version of the game they haven't even played yet. From the perspective of someone who used to write system scripts back in the day, I really feel like we're living in an amazing time. Anyways, a large-scale tuning in Season 2 addition to new arts and the system changes are all a part of the free update, so please try in playing it for a while and then share your feedback again. Thank you. Others not really appreciating that, so they're responding, saying, stop saying we need to see the full picture before judging. What we've seen is atrocious no matter what, period. Stop defending this mess. Others along the same train of thought talk about Harada. I'm lactose, or if I'm lactose intolerant, don't serve me a glass of milk and just tell me to at least try it, especially if I didn't ask for it, LOL. And it basically continues from there. I mean, there's a lot. That's not even cracking the surface of that. So Harada, like I said, he wrote a lot. He went into the breakdown of everything. He also even kind of touched on the fact that he was like, I'm getting older, and the older I get in this game, I'm actually starting to pass more responsibility. I'm kind of like I'm like the face, right, in a way, but I'm passing a lot of this to the newer generation of the team. He's like, I still accept full responsibility for everything, and I'm still there, but it's definitely less than I have been in the past because we're in a new day. We're in a new age, right? But he asked everybody, at least play it. At least play it and then get back to us later. But as you can see, people are like, we're reacting off what you're showing us. And you see the content creators are even like, wait a minute, one day you're doing the live talking about it's more defense now, but then right after that, all you show us is offense. All you show us is crazy ass buffs. So we're like, how are we supposed to feel? Then from there, like I was saying, we go to that other side of the fence where people trying to show just a little glimmer of light. Let's check this. Right here saying, I don't care what any of you slimy tryhards say, this change is badass. I'm sick of Tekken being such a mysterious and alien looking fighting game series. We have meter, combo counters, installs, and X hell sweeps. This is the best game ever, and I'm so fucking happy it exists. I think I even saw, who was it? Was it Shadow? Responding as well. Yeah, saying Season 2 looks fire. So it ain't all doom posting, right? Some people actually positive. Nee is like, not all information came out, but Season 2 looks even more chaotic after the talk show, going deeper with Rang Chu. He's like, complain after you play. You guys are too impatient. But people respond to Rang Chu, not really agreeing, right? They're over here talking about like, bruh, what? Or you on that stuff? Even underneath it saying, I try, but I also have eyes, man. I know a long-range homing giant swing is not good, and there you have it. And there it is, ladies and gents. Devin, let me know how you are feeling. We will keep you up to date because this is not going away anytime soon. This is insane. This is crazy as hell, right? This game, like people were saying, could do no wrong. It was just the game of skill, of true science, meta, right? Now we're like, what the fuck? Is it because they're trying to simplify it more for the masses, just because times are changing, or is it really, does Tekken 8 really need that? We don't know, but it doesn't look good from what we could tell. Some people are being positive, you know what I'm saying? And Harada's like, just play it first. Just play it first. How y'all feeling? And there it is one more time. Thank you guys for the amazing love. Before we get out of here, two things, y'all. I want to give a shout out to the newest Patreon right here, Wolfen Films, man. Thank you for the amazing love. Just became a $5 member. The Patreon is down below, y'all. You can become a free member if you want, but if you want to help the channel out, y'all, it's literally only $1. So if you donate anything like that or over, it goes a long way. I appreciate the mad love. And of course, it is HT, the most glorious day of the week. Let's go.
FGC stand up, it's Horny Tuesday. What's up?
All right, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna go on the side right here. This is cool, it's a little different, but I thought it stood out and I was like, it's HT, let's show this, right? So someone by the name of Mastiff posted this saying, fuck it. 20-foot Dragon Slayer actually exists now. Bam, look at this. Look at how big this damn sword is. This is insane, y'all. But the crazy thing is it doesn't start there. It goes viral, like other people start doing it. Look at this, bam. Eternal Classic, the dude's doing it the same shit. I don't know if it's 20 foot as well or if it's bigger. This thing is huge. Just the damn dedication that they took to make this possible. Here's a video right here. Mastiff posted this thing. Only took me 6 minutes to pick it up. I might be him. Look at that. just struggling. That shit might be heavy. Look at that. I was wondering, like, how, I mean, I would imagine it would have to be cardboard or some shit like that, but the size, damn, look at that. Oh my God, struggling with that shit. That it is one more time. Thank you guys for the amazing love, man. We will see you soon. More than likely, we will see you tomorrow. I appreciate the mad love as always. I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Jaguar Sprint buffed. Like, certainly there must be more drawbacks, right? I mean, the John has probably, I wonder how many times did he ejaculate during this Tekken Talk Live? 5 times? Like, can you imagine being a king main watching this? I mean, I'd be laughing because it's just so